Welcome to the Cardmarket feature match, where we play your decks.
Actually, we're not playing their decks this week, so.
Sorry, what are we playing?
We're playing like old Pro Tour decks. I don't know
Where we play old Pro Tour decks.
We're not playing.
Oh, why am I here?
I don't know. You showed up. Like.
What are we doing then?
Actually, we have some Mythic champions who can play their decks better than we do, and they're playing their old Mythic Championship decks that they won with.
So what are we watching?
We're watching Eli Loveman face off against Thoralf Severin, both Mythic champions, playing their respective Pro Tour decks.
So are you telling me that we're seeing Eli Loveman playing his 5-color humans deck that he won Mythic Championship II with against Thoralf Severin
with his Tron deck
that you won Mythic Championship IV with?
That's exactly what we're watching, and that's the kind of epic match we want to have on the feature match. And what makes this kind of possible to have these epic feature matches on
is when you guys sub to the channel. Listen, if it's the first time you've seen this, or if you've seen a few and you're not subbed yet, please click sub.
But with that out of the way,
let's see some Pro Tour finals.
Hi, my name is Eli Loveman. I'm Mythic Champion II. And at that event, I played humans. I chose humans for that event because it was the first time that the London Mulligan was used. So I thought that there would be a lot of combo decks. Going into the event, I had tested a lot of different Thoughtseize decks. But towards the end, I thought that humans might make a resurgence, and all of those Thoughtseize decks aren't good against humans. So I just decided to be on the human side. I'm playing against Toffel, and he's going to be playing his championship deck, Tron. It's definitely a bad matchup, but I defeated it to become Mythic Champion II, so hopefully I can reenact that and beat Toffel. For the matchup, the plan is to try to be as fast as possible, meddling Mage the big payoff cards, and then kill him before he has a chance to do something big.
All right, let's do it. As from the Mythic Championship, I'm playing Monogreen Tron, and actually the matchup couldn't be anything better. I'm so excited to fight. Back then, there was a lot of talk about Hogak. Modern Horizons just came out. It was like the deck to beat, and we tried beating it, and we tried actually also playing it, and we were aware that a lot of people would play it, so you kind of need like to also evolve the deck into something that beats the mirror a lot, and we didn't feel like we had a good grasp on that, but also we didn't feel like we couldn't gain much more advantage also against the field. And we tried Tron, but it actually was pretty bad because it played Karn, the Great Creator, and then all the sideboard slots were messed up. So eventually I did realize, because all of the things that we had negatively found out about the deck was somehow related to Karn. It costs 4 mana, which is like a mana cost that is really awkward. It dies usually very quickly. Even if you get the bridge from the sideboard, your cards are so expensive you couldn't make that work, like Eldrazi Tron, which is very good. Your sideboard is messed up because you play so many funky one-offs you don't really want to board in. So we actually decided to cut the Karn entirely and finally played like a list that looks exactly like a Tron list from the Mythic Championship in London, with just an additional add-on of Blast Zone, which is absolutely incredible in that matchup. The main plan against humans is fairly easy. Well, you have to get Tron. And at that point, you're just playing what you're allowed to play, trying to get the board as clean as possible, and then at one point make an O-Stone to reset because they can't really come back from that, or play a huge Ballista, keep the board small, play Ulamog, you're really fighting for board presence because there's a point where all of the stuff gets so overwhelmingly big or deny you the very important spell that you're dying quickly. And the one card is actually really important at this is Blast Zone, because they're gonna be really good at keeping your spells from happening, mainly Oblivion Stone because of Meddling Mage and Freebooter, but also the All-Stars and the Ugin, so those are the cards, once they're resolved, they just win the game. The Blast Zone is actually kind of untouchable for Eli because there's no way he interacts with lands, and at one point I could just play it, charge it to 2, and then usually gets rid of all the annoying permanents, including Damping Sphere after sideboarding, and it's just so good. Also, all the cards that are bad, once you're in the state of the game where you can't cast anything but need to find a sweeper, Sylvan Scrying and the map find you the Blast Zone, so you have 8 more spells that can get rid of some of the boards. Eli, let's go. Finals. Pro Tour. Actually, this is like a super finals.
The Mythic Champion.
Exactly. Higher. Let's go. Oh God. 1. Ah! All right, I start.
There it goes.
Oh, this just feels right, you know?
Ugh.
It looks okay, as you might see that I have a mine and 2 maps. So we actually have Tron, but it's kind of a turn 4 Tron because we have to play a second land on 2 to crack the map. And also our payoff is only Wonka engine. So we use the mulligan rule. This is like a no-brainer mulligan.
The first hand that I drew up, it had lands and spells, but it didn't have any 1-drops, just some 2s and 3s, so we can do better. So we should definitely go to 6 and try to find something fast. I have lands and spells, but they are expensive spells. Gentleman's agreement to mulligan.
I am afraid I will. Yeah. Okay, let's draw. That's a toughie. Looks much better. We have 2 Tron lands, but actually no way to find the 3rd one. But the deck's actually very capable of finding ways to find them. And we have a Ballista we can cast like on 2 if something gets really dicey. We have 2 redraws with Relic and Chromatic Star. So it's a fairly easy keep.
This hand is great. My 6-card hand has definitely my best card to start off with. A turn 1 Ether Vial is the best possible thing that I can do, so I snapped it off.
Let's agree to keep this.
That's a meme.
It's a meme? Let's put away this. Okay. All right.
Oh no, I'm on the draw.
It's going great.
Are you ready?
Or is this mine?
Oh, you are ready.
Chromatic Star. Go.
Island. Ether Vial. I actually am playing Merfolk. I just didn't tell anybody. You can go.
Okay, I think that's fine. Ooh, that's a good card. All right, gonna make it green. All right, I'm gonna Ancient Stirrings.
I'll allow it.
Power plant, power plant, power plant, power plant, power plant. That feels so good. And we're gonna Relic. Go.
Any effects on the upkeep?
No. I'm good.
Well, I do. I have an Ether Vial trigger.
Okay.
I will use it. That one's not so good. I will name Human.
Good choice.
And I will attempt to slow down Mr. Karn as much as I can.
Life is rough.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. Draw.
You already had it. So why you?
No, I know. No, I was just.
You okay? All right.
Just living. I'm
yeah.
living the moment, you know. I think we can't go wrong with a Ballista for 3. Chunk. And then actually exile everything to draw.
Oh.
Zoop. Draw. Beautiful. And I'm gonna pass to you.
In the end step, I will activate Ether Vial.
That resolves.
I will put Noble Hierarch into play.
Right, and at this point, I'm pretty sure I will do something. Yeah, let's ding both. Tonk.
Goodbye. All right. Upkeep, Ether Vial, trigger, up to 2, and draw. Let's go with a Meddling Mage.
Works.
I will name... If I don't have any other information, usually what I want to do with Meddling Mage is name Oblivion Stone, because Toffel has, that's the most copies of the most threatening kind of effect in his deck. I will name Oblivion Stone.
Wow.
And I will pass the turn.
Pathetic. I think this is time for the best draw.
2-mana creature.
This could have been Ulama. So sad. Because I don't really have a sweeper, I only have the Ballista. It's still a little bit slow, but actually I think casting Wurmcar Engine at this point is a huge mistake because that's one of the ways you're gonna lose when they Reflector Mage your Wurmcar Engine. You lost 2 counters on the Ballista, then they're gonna attack you maybe back with the Lieutenant for 5, 10 or whatever, and somehow everything got too big and out of control. So we're gonna just chill, ramp up the Ballista, and just gonna deal with everything they play. We're gonna cast a Chromatic Sphere. Have 9 still. So we have 1 green, 1 colorless, and draw. And we're gonna cast a Relic of Progenitus.
You have a green mana in the pool.
Correct. And we're gonna add a counter to Ballista.
I will allow it.
That's very nice of you. Gonna say go.
I'll untap.
Works.
Either I will trigger.
Also works.
I'll draw for turn. I will attack you.
You know what? I will let it happen. First blood, turn 4.
Too smart.
Oh, I don't know.
And then I will cast a Kitesail Freebooter.
Oh yeah, that definitely happens.
And I will take a peek. Mr. Worm Coil Engine. Very well. I have missed, and I will pass the turn.
Then I'm gonna add a counter to Ballista.
I'll respond.
Yes.
I'll activate Ether Vial.
Yeah, so that's
And
the
I'll
reflector mage.
Put a Reflector Mage in play.
Yes. Well, at that point, we're gonna ping you.
Me? What did I do to you?
I assume you're gonna target this.
Yeah, well, I have to.
Yeah.
It's 19.
You take 1, you go to 19, right?
Yes.
With 18. And I cannot cast this.
Until my next turn.
My turn? Come on, Ulamog.
Do your worst. Get this out of here.
Oh, that's actually good. Let's gonna exile everything.
My graveyard is gone.
That's gonna come in handy later. So we have 1 mana floating.
Correct.
And then we're gonna
Deploy.
pop some pants. Play Worm Coil Engine. And a Blast Zone.
Mythic Championship II was kind of weird. We drafted War of the Spark as the limited portion of the event, but it was the first week that it was legal, but we weren't allowed to play the cards in the championship yet. So, when Toffel plays his land for turn and his Blast Zone, it's not something that I had to deal with when I won the event, and I'm not very happy to see it. There's not really much I can do about it.
We're gonna go. We can play Ballista again next turn, and it's your turn.
Untap. Either I will trigger, but I will not charge it. Draw. I will use the blue mana, but not the human land. And I will cast Phantasmal Image.
I assume that will work.
But now what do I do?
Shouldn't you have a plan?
Oh, I didn't expect to get this far. I'm going to make a copy of Meddling Mage.
Okay.
So we will put them next to each other, they're friends.
Uh-huh.
And this one will name Walking Ballista.
Okay.
And then I will attack you for 1.
Okay. 17.
The mighty Kitesail Freebooter. And I'm done after that.
I will add a counter to my Blast Zone.
Interesting.
Draw. Where's Ulamog? Pop the Blast Zone. Zip. Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
I enjoy this. And I play a Sanctum and a Ballista for 4, triggering the Sanctum.
Yes.
I mean, what could we just take? I have no idea. Oh, it's Ulamog. All right, gonna add a Ulamog. I enjoy this very much. And at this point, we can actually crack.
I'll activate Ether Vial.
Yes.
I'll put a Militia Bugler in play, which will cause it to trigger.
Yeah.
I'll get a Deputy of Detention.
Ooh. It's not even a human.
It's, yeah, don't worry about that. I will go to 13 and you will go to 23.
Pass it.
Untap. Draw. How much of this game should I continue to play?
You can just play faster. I mean, you're dying quickly.
I will activate Ether Vial.
Yeah, result.
And I will put Deputy of Detention into play. And I will target Walking Ballista.
At this point, I'm gonna shoot it 3 times.
Then I
nothing
will cast Thai's Lieutenant,
Yeah.
and I'll put a counter on each of my humans, and then I will attack you for 6.
Yeah, that works. 17.
You can go.
Best words. All right. Draw. Beautiful. We're gonna cast Ulamog, targeting.
It resolves.
No, I need a target for you.
Yeah, that will resolve as well.
All right, targeting Vile and Territory. Okay, let's attack on 6. You go
Yeah,
to
I'll
7.
declare no blocks. I'll go 7.
I'll go to 23 again. And then for good measures, we're going to cast the ancient stirring.
Just to make sure that we don't run out of anything else.
I'll take the Overlord, which I found.
They're legendary.
I am aware.
All right.
It's fine. Don't worry.
In case I can deal with the first one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go.
I'll untap. And I'll draw. And I'll cast an Ether Vial. A fresh one. I have no profitable attacks, so I will pass the turn.
Ooh. A walking ballista. How convenient. Let's cast that. Why 10, 12 for 6. And then we're gonna ping this. Attack.
I'll declare no blocks.
Take 16. Whee!
Oops. So you know that when I came to Europe, I didn't pack any cards in my bag?
But you still had a modern deck. What happened?
I was able to get all the cards using Cardmarket.
Good that you say that. Well, we actually got all the cards from Cardmarket and their shop on Cardmarket. You find the link in the description below. You can just click on it and yeah, they have all the cards. You have all the accessories. You have like deck sleeves, boxes, dices, more sleeves, more boxes, all the single cards. Yeah, so if you need your deck, like a full Modern Humans deck or a Tron deck, actually you should buy a Tron deck, it's much better. You can go there, just chop it all, and they're gonna ship it to you. Sideboarding is fairly easy. You're gonna take a lot of the cards that are way too slow, way too easy to interact with, and have no impact, like Relic of Vegetatus. So we're gonna take out 3 Wurmcar engines. We leave 1 just in case we want to find one with the Sanctum Fugin, which, I mean, it's not the worst card. Actually, it's a pretty good card when they board out all Reflector Mages. So it's kind of a little Reflector Mage dance. If they keep some of the Reflector Mages, you really don't want to have Wurmcar, but if they board all of them out, Wurmcar actually becomes incredibly good because it gains you all the life back. Usually, I think keeping 1 in the dark is okay, and if you get through a lot of the cards in game 2, and we see like they board out Reactor Mage all at once, or we get a feeling with it, we can put some back in. We've board out 3 coins because it's a 7-mana non-creature spell that gets taxed by Talia, it gets taken by Freebooter, it's just very slow. And then of course the Relic of Vegetatus, and we're gonna bring in a sort of removal spells. We have 2 Dismembers, a Spatial Contortion, a Warping Whale, which sometimes hits something, like it's not great, but it can also rem some, so it's fine, you know, it hits maybe the Deputy of Detention, some Hierarchs, something, you know? And then we're gonna bring in some utility, some Threctasts, which are good against Rector Mage, blocking, and Nature's Claim. We kinda have to, it's not great. It kills Ether Vial on turn 1, which sometimes happens. You don't really want to play a Forest, but if you play like a Tron land and Star, you can kill that with it. And of course it kills Damping Sphere because Damping Sphere is kind of public enemy number 1.
So while I'm on the play, Thalia Garden of Thraben is okay. It gets a little bit worse on the draw, but since I lost game 1, I'll keep them in my deck. What I want to take out are just a couple Kitesail Freebooters, a Phantasmal Image, and definitely the Militia Bugler. It's definitely not at its best here. Just kind of shave on some of the cards. But what I'm going to bring in is 3 Dampening Spheres, which are really good. I had the 3rd one in my deck because I thought there would be lots of Tron in the event. Hopefully I can draw one. And then I have 1 Gadok Teague, which a lot of people think is really good against Tron, but Toph will probably side out some of his Karn Liberateds, and he probably won't, and he doesn't have Karn the Great Creator in his deck, so it's really just there to stop all his dust, and it does an okay job at that. It stops Ugin as well, so it's kind of like a Meddling Mage that names not Oblivion Stone, and then I'll play a Meddling Mage and I'll name Oblivion Stone, and then I'll have all the sweepers covered.
All right. I assume you're gonna start, you coward.
I need the die roll. I need to be on the play.
Yeah, it's a banger. We have Natural Tron. We don't have a payoff as of now, because we only have an Ancient Stirring that looks for 1, but we're gonna have like 3 or 4 draw steps until we have to play something on turn. But we also have Dismember and Spatial Contortion. So we can get rid of the pressure, kill Champion of the Parish, kill Meddling Mages if they forbid something that we actually draw, and then just in some turns we're gonna draw something that makes green to cast Ancient Stirrings and find something with that, or just naturally find something we want to cast. All right.
So once again, the card that I'm looking for when I have it opening 7 is an Ether Vial. After that, I want a Noble Hierarch. This hand has both, so it's an easy keep. All right, I will begin. I will play a Cavern of Souls, and I will select the human creature type. Shocker. And then I will play an Ether Vial, and I'll put this die on top of my deck.
Wow, professional.
I will pass the turn.
I'll draw, and I will cast a Mine and a Star.
All right. I'll ignore that. I'll untap. I'll draw. My Ether Vial will trigger, and I
Yes.
will put a charge counter on it.
Okay. Please no freebooter. Don't freebooter. No. No.
I'll play a Meddling Mage.
Okay.
Now, normally this isn't something I like to do, but I decided to name Sylvan Scrying with this one for a couple reasons. I have Meddling Mages and Phantasmal Images in my hand, so I can name other payoff cards with those. And Toffel played a Chromatic Star or Sphere on turn 1. So I think his plan is to try and play a second Tron land and then use the Chromatic effect to filter the mana to get green mana to play Sylvan Scrying. That's usually what they do when they play those kinds of effects on turn 1. So I think that I can actually name Sylvan Scrying with this one. And this time, I think I'm going to name Sylvan Scrying.
Wow.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. Untap. Draw. I'll play a Power Plant. I think we're gonna have to crack the star for green. And then play Ancient Spheres.
Alright, this is fine. Okay.
Yep, that's gonna take a stone.
Ooh.
And pass.
During your end step, I will activate Ether Vial.
I have no responses.
I will put Noble Hierarch into play.
I still have no responses.
I will untap, my Ether Vial will trigger, and I will charge it.
I still have no responses.
I will draw. I was hoping that I would draw something to copy that would put pressure on top, like a Mantis Rider or a Thalia's Lieutenant. I didn't, so my backup plan is to use these Phantasmal Images to just name as many cards as possible. I will start off with a cheeky attack for 2. Exalted will trigger,
Yes.
and you will take 3 damage.
17.
I want to name Oblivion Stone and Walking Ballista for sure. After that, it's a little tricky. Karn Liberated probably got sided out. Wormcoil Engine is something that I can deal with using other cards like Reflector Mage or Deputy Detention. So I think, no, Wormcoil Engine is probably still the name though, because I don't have those cards in my hand. So I think Wormcoil Engine is the selection. Then I will summon another Meddling Mage, and because you so graciously revealed your Oblivion Stone, I will name Oblivion Stone.
Disappointing.
Then I will summon, using my Horizon Canopy,
Okay.
down to 19.
Go to
but
19.
after that, Horizon Canopy,
Yes,
I will summon another Meddling Mage.
that works.
This one will name Walking Ballista.
Okay.
And after that, I will activate Ether Vial,
No.
and I will make a 4th Meddling Mage.
Okay.
We have Sylvan Scrying, Oblivion Stone, Walking Ballista. This one will name Wormcoil Engine. I'm done after that.
So,
Sylvan Scrying,
yes.
Oblivion Stone,
Yes.
Walking Ballista,
Yes.
Wormcoil Engine.
So I can cast Ulamog, right? So let me think. All right, end of turn, I decided I will dismember the image that names Walking Ballista.
It will trigger,
That is
causing
correct.
it to die.
So I will go to 13.
And then your spell will be countered.
I'm gonna draw. I cannot cast this card. I will play my natural Tron land, which I had from the beginning, I must tell you. This is, I'm obliged to do that.
7 cards, wow.
Yeah, it's 7.
Interesting.
And then I'm gonna cast a Ballista for 3.
He's the Mythic Champion for a reason, so he obviously has Tron on turn 3.
And I'm gonna pass the turn,
Untap.
because I really don't care about anything.
In my upkeep, I will charge my Ether Vial and draw. I will activate Horizon Canopy and draw another card.
Yep, it's gone.
I will go to combat.
Works.
I will attack you with these Sylvan Scrying Meddling Mage.
Sylvan's crying. I'm 13. I'm just gonna go ahead and take 3. Go to 10.
10 life points. Then we will cast a Kite Sail Freebooter. And it will trigger.
No, that works.
Since the other cards are both named by Melee Mage, I will select this Spatial Contortion.
No, it's gone.
And then I will name Human once again with a Cavern of Souls, and it's your turn.
So much name dropping. Alright, draw for turn. Actually, we're gonna smack. Chunk.
Yeah, who am I kidding? No blocks.
Yep, you take 3, go to 16. Then you take. Then I'm gonna shoot the Oblivion Stone image. And then.
It will trigger, and it'll die.
Yeah, then you take another 2, go to 14.
Cashing it in.
And then you're gonna lose all the permanent due to Oblivion Stone.
Here, I don't want this anymore.
Thank you. Bye. Go.
All right, untap. I cannot cast that. You can go.
I enjoy this. Let's make a green from Star. Still have a green. Cast Sphere, make a second green. 2 green. Draw. Play Sylvan Scrying. And Sylvan Scrying. Getting a tower and then Sanctum. Play a tower and say go.
I will draw. I'll cast Thalia, Guardian of 3.
Ooh.
You can go.
Draw a card. Play Sanctum. Cast my big boy. So we're gonna do that, which is 10. Trigger the Sanctum.
The basic arithmetic. One of the strengths of the Tron player.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta have to count to 10 on different like fractions. Get Ulamog, exiling those 2.
They're gone.
And pass.
Untap. Draw. I'll pass the turn.
Draw. Beautiful. Attack. Trigger.
Is this one of the fun parts?
This is, I mean, it doesn't get better in life. Yes, excited, hungry boy.
If you want to gaze upon the riches, I will declare a block.
Yes. No! Okay. Well, and then we're gonna pop off with, I think, the most awesome end of it. We're gonna play Ulamog, exile this and Ulamog.
That was a very clever way to circumvent the legend rule.
Okay.
All right. I'll play an Ancient Ziggurat,
No! Why do you play permanent?
and I'll pass the turn.
I like how you're still fighting.
I just need to draw in a Phantasmal image.
Alright, Star, make green, draw. Sure enough, play land, attack for 10, trigger.
All right.
I mean, 5 cards.
All right. Phantasmal image. No Phantasmal images. We're still in the clear.
Don't you also gonna draw a land? Like, need to draw a land?
I won't block.
You go to 4?
I'll go to 4.
Pass the turn.
Oh, unlucky. I'll name Illusion, and I'll pass the turn.
Draw. Attack.
1, 2, oh, there it is. Dre, and I don't know how to say 4. And I'll take lethal damage.
I'm the Mythic Champion!
Well, you know, I tried to play around it on turn 3, but wasn't able to.
Why didn't you just play better, you know?
Yeah, there were a few things that I could have done differently, like take your towers out before the start of the match. But
We actually tried taking all Oblivion Stones out of my deck.
what do you mean? No. That was a coincidence.
That you just had them in your hand when I asked why they were
I was trying to
double.
help.
I was counting the deck and there was no Oblivion Stones. Okay. Yeah, no, that was great. So if you want to see more of this, like actually funny content, we can invite more people like Eli to play. You see more gameplay. Maybe we do also some historic flashbacks like we did here. I mean, now we kind of have to finish the whole tournament thing, find 2 other Pro Tour Mythic Champions.
Where will we be able to find those?
Well, we find those when you click the thing and you like it and you subscribe. Yeah, so you click, we get. Very easy. It's actually a Cardmarket. Wait, Cardmarket. You click, you get. If you buy a Cardmarket, link is in the description below. And all right, thank you for coming here. See you next time.